Good morning, everyone. I am in a hoodie. I'm happy. It's finally feeling like fall. I needed sleeves for chores this morning. I'm out here in the food forest garden again, working on getting that finished up so we can get the rest of our plants done. We did decide to go ahead and pull the potatoes, start working on this bed. I just ran out of daylight, so I gotta finish that job. And we came to a decision on our peppers. We got to counting and we had 35 pounds of jalapenos this year, so I am excited and happy with that. We decided to go ahead and pull those out. So I am prepping that area. But we did decide to give these Sugar Rush Peach just another week or two. They're getting really close, so we'll see if they can finish up for me. While I'm busy doing all this, John is actually going to be running power to our shed. It is so dark in there when you're trying to see what's going on. And we already have the solar running to the barn, which is just right here, just a few feet away. So that's gonna be his project today, running solar power to the shed.
All right, so like Angela said, my job today is to get power over to the shed for some lights. It's pretty dark in there. There's one little window. It doesn't let much light in, and when you're in there trying to dig for something, you usually trip over stuff, can't find what you're looking for. So we're just going to tap off of the solar power that's in the barn here and run it right next door to the shed. So, you know, usually things think, oh, that's going to be pretty easy. Just run a little conduit over, pull a wire, switch, a couple lights, and it'll be good to go. And it really shouldn't be that bad. One thing, that tree root is right where I need to run conduit underground. So looks like it's from one of the pine trees in the back. It's not off of one of our fruit trees, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that out rather than try to work my way under it. It's pushing up and creating a little bit of interference with the gate. So we're gonna take care of that. We're gonna tap off of the batteries here in the barn, and then run conduit down and over, fuse it on this side, run to a switch box, and then a couple of 12-volt LED lights just to give us some light over there. So I ain't gonna get done if I don't start. It's too dark.
It's really dark. That's kind of the point.
Hey, you gotta come out here.
What's that?
Alright, so we're trying to get everything done quick today so we can get cleaned up. We're going out tonight for our anniversary.
Yeah.
It's our 24th, and she looked it up, and the traditional gift for 24th anniversary is what?
Well, musical instruments is one of them.
So musical instruments. So
That's what you think you need.
So I think we should go buy me a new guitar and maybe her a new pair of maracas. Huh?
So here's one of the reasons I hate Bermuda so much. You can't just pull it off the top like that, or it will not go away. You have to dig down in and make sure you get every bit of that root. Because if you even leave a tiniest bit, it's gonna come back with a vengeance. It's just almost impossible to get rid of. It's a big effort is what it is. One of the reasons we talk about organic matter so much is this garden that we have back here. We've learned proof. This piece of pretty red clay right here is what this whole area looked like when we first moved here. When we very first started working on the garden, it all was this hard clay. And over just a few years of lots of organic matter, it's turned into this. So we grow cover crops, we put down straw, we put down wood chips, and that hard clay, you can still see it mixed in there, but it's turned into very good garden soil. So you can still see the red all in there, and every once in a while you can find one of these really hard chunks. That's the way this entire area was just a few years ago. Hey. Just about got this one cleaned up, almost.
Thought we weren't going to till.
Till?
Yeah.
We're not really.
But it looks like a tilled bed.
I know. It's because we take good care of that soil. There's still some hard clay in there, you can find it.
So that bed's not tilled. It looks like it. Surprisingly. We just broad forked and then ran the wheel hoe through it. Of course, pulling out all the grass kind of stirred it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not tilled.
No.
I mean, we could shallow tilth it to kind of work stuff in, amendment stuff, that'd be all right. But as far as a deep tillage, 6-8 inches deep, the broad fork loosen it all up so we don't lose a lot of the structure. But it's going to be a good seed bed.
Yeah.
Still got some clean out to do.
Yeah, a little bit. I need to get the rake and rake it out, clean it out, and then go ahead and shape it like I did the other one. Make the walkways and form the actual bed.
And then move on to the next one.
And then move on to the next one. How deep do you want it?
Yeah. I mean, really no more. Doesn't have to be more than 3-4 inches, but I don't plan on digging there.
Down in there.
It could be 6-8 inches, foot deep, 18 inches deep. I don't know. How deep you want to dig it? Can you dig
it? Depends on if you want me to throw this dirt at you or not.
She must be hangry.
Hangry. Better take me somewhere good tonight for dinner. Somewhere really good.
So this is what the dirt, I say dirt because I wouldn't exactly call it soil, looked like in the garden before we started improving it. A lot of clay.
It's hard to believe. Just a couple of years. A few years.
Yeah. Clay has its place. I mean, there's a lot of minerals in it, but too much is not a good thing.
Drilling through the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's not right. little pile of sawdust, I'd say, where the pole's at. I almost messed up. Because I was deducting for the front wall, and I deducted that from what I needed to offset from the front wall.
Oh.
So instead of 14, I deducted 5 from 9, which made 4 off, or 5.
Yeah.
What did I deduct? I deducted, I don't know. Anyway, that was about 4 inches too
At least
short.
you figured it out. You would have been
I just
way
started to drill. I was like, that's not right.
off. Wait a minute.
Hey, close. Let's come this way a
Pretty
little
close.
bit.
Yeah. So go. You want me to dig up under there a little?
Yeah, we got to, because the conduit's going to have to go under and come up. This one?
Huh?
Here?
Yeah. So why'd you stick it off to the side? Or not?
So I don't break them. Put stuff up and down over here. So I don't really get up over here on this side. Those lights are going to hang down. So trying to get stuff up and down out of here if it's in the middle. And walking. This is normally where I walk. And carrying something. That light's hanging down. I will break it. You don't have that problem.
No, I don't have that problem.
Of course, look, we're trying to work outside, and now it's going to rain. There's nothing inside there.
Yeah. Nothing gonna get you.
Won't be more splinters than anything right now. Alright, that's enough to start. Alright, so the local hardware store failed me again. I didn't want to run a half hour to the big box store, so they were out of the 90-degree elbows for the electrical conduit. So I'm going to have to use plumbing 90s, which you may or may not know is very difficult to pull wire through. So even just pulling a single wire through this ½ inch. So we're going to go ahead and pull all the wire through loose pieces, and then once we get the wire all the way through, then we'll kind of fit everything together and it'll be easier to set it in place. So got to use these. Makes it okay down there. I don't have to dig quite as deep and get the good turn, but it's a pain to get the wire through it. And this is why having the right 90s makes all the difference.
Much easier. Trying to curl it back up and fight with it. It's going.
I already did one. She's done the other. So we had to stop filming for a minute while we were working on it. Come a little downpour.
Yeah.
And we continued to work in the rain, but didn't want the camera out in the rain. So.
We're not sweet enough to melt, but we got to protect them.
Already dried out a little bit. So, yeah. I melt, she runs.
You're not sweet enough to melt.
About done?
With this one. Haven't done the pepper bed yet, but I've been helping you with your job too, so got this one all done. Keeps raining, so we need to cover it back up. Then I'll decide how much more I feel like doing. That may be off.
So what's crazy is these 4 beds that we've done so far, that one, this one, and those 2, all together are just under 100 foot. And that's equal to 1 row of one of the plots, like Casey's garden.
Yeah.
So, and he has 8 rows per plot. And he just did plot number 6.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ground.
It is a lot of ground. Ours just needs to feed us though.
Yeah. So, well, we got 8 more 50-foot rows out front.
Yes.
So that's like 400-foot rows.
Yeah.
So we still got
Those will be in the spring.
yeah, and we got 1 more row down here to do. So we'll end up with 5 back here.
Yep.
At about 25 foot each.
Mm-hmm.
And then 8 out front at 50 foot each, or probably just end up being just shy of 50.
Right.
Well, they'll be 50, but then whenever we go to cover them, we'll need a little bit of room.
Yeah.
So they'll be just barely under. So. All right, so let me show you what I've done so far. So we've got wire up. This here, I'm gonna put a fuse on it, and this will hook straight to the battery. Goes down through the wall, comes out underground. So we need to bury that, and pops back up inside the shed. So in here, it's just going to get really dark. If you can see, comes up back there, goes up, and power comes to the first box. Pulled a switch leg off of it, comes over, you go this way. You're getting dizzy. And down to a box there, and then off there back to that fixture. So 1 switch, both lights, 7 watt 12 volt LEDs. They'll be in here. So I've got to terminate this box, terminate the switch, install the fuse and hook that to the battery. Bury that, clean all that mess up, and we'll be done with it. Alright, it's all put together. I'm gonna put the fuse in. You watch for sparks and smoke. Right?
Okay.
Watch in there.
All right. Sparks and smoke. Let's not have that.
Alright, nothing?
Nothing. No sparks, no smoke. You're gonna give us some light?
Turn the switch on.
Yay! We have light.
It's the bulbs we took out of the chicken coop, so we found another use for them. Just kidding, that's me.
It works.
Matt's back in. Batteries are back together. Lights work. And we're done. So we're gonna go clean up and go get a bite to eat.
Yes.
And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.